You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast. We are
Oi.
Hallelujah. You know what? Because the other episode has the balloon, should we take them out or should we keep them?
We can keep it in.
You guys already
It's
know.
a celebration every time we link up. We done did everything they could think of.
Come on.
Greatness is what we on the brink of.
Come on.
She is on the brink of
Nicki Minaj.
As we do this podcast, she about to be Mickey.
What?
You're about to be Mickey.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Mickey means you're gonna be a big boy.
Yeah. You Mickey now.
Guys, no, stop it.
Anyways, guys, let's begin. So this week, we're gonna be talking about being the chill girl, right? I watched a podcast. Shout out to Grace Beverly, if you guys know who that is, the owner of Tala. She's great. She's really great. And she had a podcast with another YouTuber that I used to watch when I was growing up called SDWTS. And she had some things to say, which sparked another conversation. So everybody listen to this clip and then we'll begin.
Mm-hmm. You don't propose to me. You can say goodbye to me and you can say goodbye to the dog. Because I am done with Estée Lalonde. It all started when she was just 19 and decided to move halfway across the world for love. She's spoken so openly about the highs and lows of relationships. And you moved across the world. That must have been terrifying. It was the easiest decision I've ever made. When that broke down, what was that experience like? It was either stick it out here and make a go of this or regret it for the rest of your life. It changed my life. I'm not going to waste any more of my time here. I'm either going to marry this man and we're going to do this thing or...
That's it. So basically it was the first clip, the bit where she said, if you don't propose to me, I'm gone.
I'm out, yeah.
So she basically told that to her man.
She gave him an ultimatum.
Kind of. Well, yeah, it's not kind of. And the conversation in the podcast then went on to be like, okay, like Grace encouraging her and being like, I'm very proud of you for like standing up for what you want and declaring like your intentions from the jump, or like not from the jump, but close to when she wanted to be proposed to. Because a lot of girls, and this is what they were kind of saying in the podcast, a lot of girls would just go with the flow, and as the years are rolling by, are hoping that he proposed. But there's this whole like narrative, or there's this whole way of life that girls have adopted of just match his energy essentially. So you be the chill girl. He does everything that you don't like, he's doing it, but you're gonna make it seem like, oh, you're just chill, you're that girl, like nothing bothers you.
Like I don't complain.
I'm not
gonna
like
be a typical girl.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
nag.
I'm so cool. Like of course you can.
I'm chill. Like, I don't care if my guy does this outside. Like, it's alright.
It's the chill girl.
I'm just a cool girlfriend.
Exactly.
That's it, yeah.
And so I just wanted to know, what are you guys' thoughts about being the chill girl? Are you the chill girl? And just that whole conversation.
Sorry, go on. You go.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If I'm honest, I feel like we've all been the chill girl at some point.
Except I don't think me.
It stems down to...
I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough. It stems down to not being honest about what you want. So whether it's you're with someone that you know it's not gonna work long term, but you're hoping they change, or you're hoping they turn into the man that you want them to be, or just different scenarios. But to answer your question, in this present moment, 2024, I am not the chill girl. I will let you know from the very first date what is happening here. If you are not in alignment with that, if you do not want that, if I see that your behavior changes at any point, that it does not align with the words that you have spoken, I will not stick it out. I will not wait around to see different behavior. What you show me is what I will believe. And with that, thank you and good night.
Wow. Well, thank you for coming to our TED Talk. Because facts.
That's it.
I feel like with that whole chill girl vibe, the correlation that I see with that is age. I think a lot of women, they start off being chilled girls because it honestly, it looks so cool just being the person that doesn't complain, that goes with the flow, right? And I've been the chilled girlfriend in the past for sure, 100%. but like Chelsea. Who's Chelsea?
Who is Chelsea?
Like Ashley said. Wait, I'm tired. As Ashley said, I feel like this new year, as you can see, guys, there's a new age up there. And guys,
New age don't
life is becoming so serious. And the thing is, when I say serious, I don't mean there isn't going to be time where I joke and I laugh and I banter, because life is never that serious, right?
Wow.
However, what was serious, what was funny at 21 isn't really funny at 27. And I'm not going to waste any more time. First of all, life is short.
Oh,
Yeah.
So forget age, life is short anyway. And I'm not going to waste any more time if I want something, just being silent about it, just to look a certain way and portray a certain image, because it's never gotten me anything. Never.
and that's what
There's no result.
I promise
And that's
you.
that on that.
It's and do you know what? It starts with the little things in terms of just closed mouths don't get fed. That
Facts
saying
of
is
life.
so powerful, because if you
didn't
really
know.
want something, if you don't say it, no one will ever know.
Right.
However, if you say it, there's just that chance you could get it. Yes, there's a chance you'll get no, but the least you're going, the worst thing that's gonna happen is you just won't get it, which is what you were expecting anyway.
Anyway, right.
But then you've also added a chance of you getting it. So I will open my mouth and I will
you
tell
start.
you
That's
exactly what it is. And if it's too much for you, I can put anything on it. It's not going to be too much for somebody else.
That's it.
And that's all I'm
What
going
one
to say.
person cannot
Wow.
do, another one will.
Hallelujah.
Simple as that.
That's what it
And
is.
I just want to preface this by saying that when I said I've never been the chill girl, it's not because I'm saying it with pride. I just mean I've always been an intense
Right,
person
yeah.
from the day I was born. And I want to give a story that I haven't actually said outside. I don't say it publicly because I'm a bit embarrassed about it. I'm not embarrassed actually because I'm 26 now, and who's going to?
I
want
wanna
to
hear it.
Because
Have we heard it
I think you
before?
probably know because it happened when we was friends, so you probably know about it. But the way I
his
told
friends?
you might have been
A bit
somehow.
Really?
Anyway,
You've removed
so-
and added. You've edited and remixed.
That's the thing. So in my life, right, I would say I've had a certain number of relationships. I don't count this first one because I was a child. I was like, what, 13, maybe 12, 13. And the reason why I don't count it is not only because I was young, but because I forced this person to be my boyfriend.
Not forced.
Not forced. Damn.
How did you force them?
And this is why I will tell you people that I was never the chill girl. Now, let me give you a bit of context, right? One thing about me, God. It's
No, I was
to be
killing
honest,
me,
yeah,
yeah.
it's trauma that led me to that place, right? Because when you grow up feeling like people don't understand you and you feel semi-unloved in a way, when you find somebody that you like them, but you like them like a crazy person, right? And also you're young, so your hormones are somehow, and then you're also just not understanding what this thing called life is. So this is how me and this person have become friends. And then we're talking every day on MSN. And then I find out in myself, I have a crush. Now, the natural way to do something is just to be like,
Play it a bit
you
cool,
know,
like,
play it cool.
like keep talking
Let
to
them.
them.
Maybe
Yeah.
let them know you like them if you want, but like don't be intense. No, me.
Were you intense?
I was intense.
Right. What's intense?
And let me just explain how intense I was, because I can't tell you the whole story now. We haven't got time. But essentially, I remember the day that he was forced to ask me to be his girlfriend. We were at church. And I think I remember it being near my birthday. So I was like, so... We've been talking. And then I was just like, so you need to ask me to be your girlfriend now. And he did.
Was he like?
I think he felt
taken
like
aback?
he felt like he was under duress. If I look back,
duress.
I think he felt like he was under duress.
Do you know what? This rings a bell.
You know about it. And I remember he asked me, and me being the silly girl, I was happy. Somebody that you've had to force to ask you to be.
I mean, do you know what
And the thing
though?
is-
Was he the type to still do something even if he didn't? So maybe he did want to ask.
Do you know what is? Well, now that we're older, yeah, we've had a conversation about it. We've had years after, like when we're in our 20s, yeah, we had a conversation about it. Because I was like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, because it's like I know the context behind why I was like that at that time. And like he also kind of knew, but like I gave him more context at the time. And I remember when the relationship ended, it was a very sad day. Sorry.
Wow.
But yeah, all I'm saying, I say all of that to say I've
Like,
never
you've
been
always-
the chill
yeah,
girl.
you've never shied
Because
away, yeah.
If I want something, I'll just say it. And the thing is, yeah, you can be scared of a no, but at least the no just means move on. In my opinion, it just means I end the trauma now.
So true.
Or I end the conversation
Yeah,
now. You don't end up in
absolutely.
any situations you don't want to be in.
Absolutely.
And I genuinely think, like, by God's grace, I've always been with very reasonable, very lovely people because I don't know, because I'm honest and because I'm quite straight up, maybe. Obviously, I'm not like that now, guys.
You're quite direct.
Don't be
Like,
afraid.
you're direct,
Don't be
yeah.
afraid. I'm not like that
I'm
anymore. But like,
screaming.
I'm
You're direct.
very honest, very straight. I'm very direct. I just let it be known. These are where this is who I am. I just feel like you attract what you put out. So if you're a no nonsense type of person, or you're just someone that's very straight up, and you're like, you know what, you can't really mess her about.
Right.
You don't get ragamuffins. That's only what I can say from my own.
And yeah.
So yeah, that's
That
right.
ma- that
And
makes
everything they said, I co-signed it 10,000 times. So
Yeah,
that was it.
I, honestly, like I'll be very concerned if, again, growing up, you can be a chilled girl if that was your personality, whatever. But when you get to a certain age, I just don't think it works in your favor, especially if you're a type of woman that one day you do see yourself getting married or having a certain lifestyle for yourself. A lot of the time, if we're talking in the context of men will keep taking and taking and
Yeah, if you're not
because
careful.
they're fine. They're not really. Do you know what I mean? That one thing
They're
men
getting what they
one
want.
thing they're getting what they want. So why would they want to change that? But do you know why I've been a chilled girl though? I've always had the mentality of I just should not have to tell you what to do. Like you should want to do something, and I feel like me telling you just it doesn't hit the same if I've had to tell
That's
you
what
how
I was
you're
gonna
doing
say.
it.
I think if you're being a chill girl solely to get something out of it, like, okay, if I'm like this, he's going to do X, Y, and Z. So if I act like this, maybe it will speed up the process of him giving me a
what I
ring or
want.
him treating me like a trophy wife, or all of these things.
honey.
Because I think also, just to differentiate, we're not saying if you're naturally a chill person, you're not someone that goes out of your way to ask for something
100%.
is wrong. It's more so when you're doing it to get a certain reaction or result that you want.
It's almost
that you know
performative.
you're suppressing and compromising, when really and truly you want to be
You
honest
want
and
more.
vocal about
You want
it.
more.
Are you liking this video? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And you're not saying anything because you think that's just gonna make him want to do more. That it just doesn't work.
It never works
That's
out.
the thing. I feel like the origins or the origins of the chill girl are from a lot of girls that have seen. They've seen that men are slow, for instance, right? Or they're slow to action. And so they feel like in order to make these people happy, they don't want to be the nagging girlfriend, because apparently that's the people those are the girls the men are shouting about on podcasts and online.
On
so you
social
know what?
media.
I'm going to be the opposite to those girls. And it's almost reverse. It's like, what's that word called? Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Reverse psychology, where it's like, okay, if I do this, then maybe I won't be as annoying as these other girls.
And they'll stay.
They'll stay, and they're gonna even want to do more for me.
Right.
But what you realize, like, Tem's point is so like poignant, because I know I'm like that too. I never want you to do something just because I told you to do it. I want you to do it because you want
Out
to.
of the goodness
But
of your
me
heart.
declaring my boundaries and declaring my wants and intentions doesn't mean I'm forcing you to do anything. And that's where we have to like change the narrative in our minds. Just like affirming what you want and being direct about it doesn't mean like you're forcing someone to do it. What you're actually doing is making that man think, okay, do I want to do this for her? Like it's almost like a prompt to be like, okay, if he wants to, then he will, and if he doesn't, then he'll go. He'll keep being who he is already. That's genuinely what I think we should demand for everything in life. If you genuinely want something, we would tell people to go for what they want in every other realm of life or in your relationship.
when it comes to
We never
jobs, when
tell
it comes
people.
to negotiating on your salary or finances,
Everything we tell people, go. Don't be chill about it. Be aggressive with it. Even
Be honest about what you want.
But then when it comes to a relationship, we tell people to just take whatever comes and lies in their lap, and it's like, why? With the thing that you want to be in for the rest of your life. I'm never going to be a chill girl.
And there are loads of
Yeah, it
men out
doesn't
there
make
that
sense.
really appreciate women that are very vocal as well.
And they'll show you that they appreciate it.
Because a big part of love,
They'll never treat you like it's a
communication.
burden.
Yeah, a big part of love and relationship is communication.
Right, that
I
part.
don't believe anybody can read anybody's mind. So at the end of the day, if you want someone to love you the way that you want to be loved, you need to vocalize how you feel loved.
Exactly.
Nobody's saying tell them a play-by-play, step-by-step, give them handbook. Because that's not even realistic, because you yourself, you also don't always know everything about yourself until you're exposed to certain stimuli. But at the same time, you know certain things make you feel special. What would be wrong with you expressing that? Like
it's not the excuse of but he should know all the time doesn't really work. You genuinely have to, like, that's part of a relationship, growing together, learning about each other, and you can't skip those stages.
Exactly.
It's the reason you ask questions, the reason you talk.
When you do that as well, you're playing a game that you will lose. And you'll lose every single time, because I've never seen I've never seen someone who's done that, who's gone out of their way to, okay, this is what men don't like. So, and I know I'm like that, or I know that I have qualities that I like that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just those men have their preferences. So let me be completely opposite to that, so that in order for me to get the results that I know, so for example, you wanted to propose, so I can be treated this way, so he doesn't complain about me on social media or on podcasts like you said. But there's a part of yourself that you're suppressing. So for example, if I know I'm naturally a loud person, I'm loud around my friends, the people that are very, very close to me, they see a side to me, I'm very like, I'm funny, I'm loud, all of these things. But then I see on social media, I don't like being with girls that are loud, all of these things. I think, okay, let me tone it down. Let me be quiet so that, he can see me as someone serious, mysterious. He can see me as, this is the one I want to marry. But then that's not me being true to myself or honest about who I am.
Yeah, when there's someone
who God has created me to be.
When there's someone out there that would appreciate that 10 times
you're
more.
just not my person, and that's okay. I think there's a part of women where we're not honest about what we want, and until you start being honest about what you want, you're constantly going to find yourself in situations that do not serve you.
And it becomes a cycle as well.
It becomes
a never-ending cycle.
And you know what's crazy? Yeah, a lot of babes will want to come out and say that they are the prize, but when you're being the chill girl, you're actually treating the man like he's the prize. And honestly, let me explain how. When you feel like you need to do all these things to win a person's affection, right? That means you've put that person on a pedestal above yourself. So you've also taken away the value that you add to that relationship. You have said, okay, all I want out of this is for this person to call me their girlfriend. All I want out of this is for
them to stay with me.
To stay with me.
Because I'm not asking them.
Do you want to stay with them?
Right.
And I don't know, when you're doing all of those things, you're no longer like seeing the value you add. You're only seeing the value that they add to you. So it's like, okay, when I'm his girlfriend, oh my God, that's the title. I'm blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, like you also
that you're willing to
value.
literally jeopardize yourself in the process just for the title and just to make them happy. Like,
and oftentimes
that doesn't
you're
sound
degrading
right.
yourself because you're doing things that you don't want to do.
You would never encourage your friends to do.
You never encourage your friends to do
intimacy and affection for what?
And I always get worried when I see, like, even my own friends, but if I see anybody like behave in a certain way around a man that I just know is not authentic to who they are, because the day will come when the real Shakisha will come out. And when she comes out, right, what are you expecting? Because like, I don't know what I personally think. You should always be yourself from the very beginning. I don't think, because there's the whole, okay, maybe you give
like tone down, maybe put the best foot forward.
Your best foot forward is who you are.
Right.
That's your best foot.
Because and if that's not enough for him on the first day, it's not going to be enough for him on the 32nd day or the 50th day or 6 months down the line.
Because I would personally, I only have 2 non-negotiables. I tell people this all the time. The first one is that you love God more than you love me, and the second is that you accept me completely as I am. Once you have those 2, everything else, like, we can talk about it. But like, because I don't know, I would never want to be in a situation where I found out a year in that this man was doing all these things just to like create
the roles were
this
reversed,
narrative. Like, he's just because he wants me to believe this story. Like, that would actually be very scary to me, actually, because you're a shapeshifter and I don't know who you are. And now I would have to begin the whole process of knowing who you are.
The person I fall in love with is not the person
I've actually fallen in love with.
Yeah, being a chill girl, you create an identity that is not you.
Yeah. And like Ashley said, again, just to reiterate, it's not as if we're talking about, the natural chilled personality. No one's talking about that, because that's even part of who you are, like we're saying. Right. But we're talking about the ones that genuinely going out of their way to create a certain image just because they know that's what the person that they're with likes, and in hopes to get something from it without actually communicating it. Or she doesn't ask for a lot, so I'm just gonna give it to her. No, just ask if you want.
You want to get married, like.
And babe, that's fine.
You don't need to be afraid of saying it out loud.
You don't look desperate.
And even marriage,
you don't look desperate.
Let's take the marriage thing. It's the little things as well. You want to celebrate your birthday.
Say that, because we are not married. It's true. Tell them.
Let's take that one out, yeah, because we always jump to that. Let's take that out.
Because why is marriage a prize anyway?
Like Valentine's Day is very important
it's the
to you.
little things between leading up to that. I've asked you, I really want to go and see this. But it's the little things. I want to be celebrated on my birthday. I want to actually celebrate Valentine's Day. It's not just another random holiday that the white man has created.
That's
not a narrative. I'm sorry. I want to celebrate. I want love,
and that's what you want. That's what you actually want. Like even on a normal day where it's not like a milestone, celebration, but even like usual date nights. This guy, let's say you just feel like he doesn't take it seriously, or he's always late, and you're just like, it's fine, it's all right.
But he's this.
It's all right. And every time he comes, he's like, sorry, babe, and he just dismisses. You're like, it's fine. But you're not
understanding. You want to chill,
and and guys, another thing that does.
Find yourself to death.
By the way,
it's fine.
By the way, it starts to build. It starts to build resentment.
Yeah, you'll get bitter real quick.
You'll get bitter because you're not vocalizing. It's very healthy to let it out, let it out, because you're not holding it in. Then if you don't do that, before you realize, you almost start to hate the person.
And
you're looking at them. You're smiling.
And I think a lot of people are in relationships
because he's not giving you what you want. Nowhere near. He's not even close.
Yeah, they hate each other. Because the thing is, it starts with one thing. I love the fact that you said it's with the small things, because it's true. Some people want to wake up to a good morning message. There's nothing wrong with saying that you like that. There's actually nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. Some people are so particular. Everybody has their things that make them feel special.
Or you want to speak to your person throughout the day.
Or when you post something on your story, you like when
compliment me.
I like when you engage with my content,
right?
But you will now be in your head. You're thinking, do I sound desperate for saying that? And it's like,
no. Like, do you know what it is?
If they're your person,
do you know
they know you,
and do you know what it is
and
as
they
well?
understand you.
And when genuinely not saying now become the nagger, where every single thing you're pinpointing. No one's saying that. That is not what we're saying. But we're talking about those things that they genuinely mean something to you. The little things will just make a difference. Just say.
The thing about birthdays is so funny, because what's so mad? Yeah, you'll see a babe. Yeah,
it's fine.
In one relationship, she was like, I don't care about Valentine's Day, and then the next one, because it's a big thing to the guy, all of a sudden, she's in love with Valentine's Day.
She's
the thing is though, like, do you know what it is? I can if you say you don't care for Valentine's Day, whatever, that's fine. But let's be real, if your man did do something sweet for you, even if you didn't expect it, you will love it. You will love it.
I'm talking about the babes that have convinced themselves they don't care about Valentine's Day.
The reason you don't care is because your man doesn't care.
Right. Yeah, you don't care because he doesn't care.
He's told you he's not doing anything.
You joined him in that ministry and you don't care.
You told him, you said to him, babe, what? Because you didn't give, you were very strategic. You didn't tell him what you think about Valentine's Day.
You lot are so loud.
You asked him, what do you think about Valentine's Day? He said, no, I don't care about that.
And you're like, yeah, I don't care about
I don't think you should.
Do you know what they'll even say? They'll even say, I don't think it's just one day that we should show our love. We should show our love every day. Yeah, okay. All right. It's not just one day.
Same thing for your birthday. Babe, but I'm not even the type to do things like, that's fine. That's fine. That's not a problem. Like, I don't mind. It's just my birthday. It's not that deep.
Valentine's Day.
And then it's your wedding.
Then it's your wedding anniversary. And then you're crying because every year you said it's fine.
Sometimes don't adapt. Sometimes go get what you want.
No, for real.
Run after it.
Because don't, again, if you've watched our podcast, you would see that by God's grace, we're actually reasonable girls. So don't get it twisted. We're not saying not be reasonable. Of course, there are things that you have to adapt to in a relationship and compromise on.
I'm not expecting
However, it can't be your happiness putting in the back corner again, repetitively all the time, just for peace of mind or just because you're scared to lose this person. That's all it is.
And we're also not saying it's all about you as the girl, by the way.
We're also talking we're
talking about both ways.
It doesn't matter. It's not a gender-based role.
But obviously we're girls, so we're speaking about
men also like certain things.
They do.
Speak about it.
The thing about men, they vocalize what they like.
Oh, a man would.
Most of the time, men will say what they like.
Absolutely.
Like, let's be honest.
No, for real. You're not
whether
wrong.
it's they've sent you a picture of something or Instagram and they send in they do the eye emojis because they want it.
One thing men can do, they'll be like, babe, we're doing this. They'll just send it to you.
That's it.
Or, oh, babe, I really like that outfit. I like when you wear stuff like that.
But sometimes as women, we'll just wait for the day to come, hoping and praying that they're doing it, but you haven't vocalized it. And then you're angry when the day comes, nothing is planned.
And what is faith without works? Dead.
It's not like
every day wishing, hoping, nothing. No
and
works.
You're even angry on the day, nothing. He's done nothing.
And then you're sitting on the sofa like this.
And before you know it, you look back 3 years, you've been in a situationship.
Jesus, mighty God, Father. It's real.
Because you were too cool to ask for a title.
Hey, mighty God. Because it's actually error 404.
Girls, we deserve better. Honestly, just ask for what you want. What's the most that will happen? Just ask. If you really want it, please talk about it.
And be okay with walking away if they're not doing what
that's the thing, because
desire.
when you don't walk away, you're acting like you're having a scarcity mindset.
You're complicit in that behavior.
Don't be a scarcity mindset type of babe. There's an abundance of things out there. The Bible says that God is willing to do a bit above and beyond.
Immeasurably more than what we could ask or imagine. So if you've met someone and they're not doing it, or they're not doing what you've asked, doesn't make them a bad person. They're just not your person. Thank you very much. We can part on mutual grounds.
And don't take it personally. If say for instance a guy doesn't wife you, it doesn't mean anything about you.
Right.
Like it has never meant any. It's about where he's at.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And honestly, guys, we know it's easier said than done, because we're not speaking as if this isn't stuff that we're not going through either. Like those are very hard things and hard decisions to make, innit? But also always remember yourself. Always put yourself first in situations. Trust me, you'll never regret it.
Heavily on that.
You know?
Ultimately, you need to remember who you are.
Yeah.
At all times. And
to have the best relationship, you have to be the best version of yourself.
Facts.
And in order to be the best version of yourself, you got to be honest with yourself.
That's it.
And be honest with other people.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Thank you, guys. We hope you enjoyed.
Stop being the chill girl.
For real.
You're not going to serve you.
Go after what you want.
You'll end up 50 and alone.
It's possible, not impossible.
We'll see you on our next episode. Bye.